Good morning. Good morning. It's time to rise and receive. Welcome to your 10-minute morning send-off designed to support you in receiving what you most want by unlearning struggle. Today we're going to talk about the mind and how we struggle with our minds, how thoughts can overcome our minds and as a result overcome our being and affect our well-being, how your thoughts and your mind connects to your capacity to receive and your capacity to unlearn struggle. And we're also going to talk about how to soothe your mind. How to soothe your mind. So if you are new to me, my name is Sonia Miller. I'm a speaker, coach, and best-selling author. And I am passionate about teaching people how to receive by unlearning struggle. One of my favorite concepts to highlight is that while some struggle is learned, while some struggle is natural to life, most of it is learned. And we have really learned it well. We become very, very well trained in struggle because many of us have adopted the values and the practices of the hard work ethic. And while that's a great thing and it serves us well, when that's all we know in order to feel our value and produce outcomes, we start to think that that's the only way that we can receive the things that we want in life. And what tends to happen is we become so good and so over-reliant on this hard work ethic that if you're one of those people who's among those, and you still are waiting for your long overdue rewards, if you are feeling like your fulfillment is eluding you, then I invite you to consider that the problem is not that you need to work harder or wait longer or that you haven't figured out the answer, but perhaps you don't know how to actually stop the hard work and actually receive, because receiving is its own skill set. The nice thing about it is it's easy, it's simple, it's the opposite of hard work. But if we're not familiar with it, and most of us are not, then what we do is we just do more hard work and we never actually open up to this entirely new skill set. So that's what we do here at Rise and Receive. Each morning, Monday through Friday, I come here, I pull one card from my brand new Receive card deck, which is coming out in the new year, and I will read it to you. There's a receiving principle. I'll unpack it a bit, and then I'll send you off on your day with a willingness mantra, which is designed to activate the power of invitation. And invitation is this incredibly powerful state of awareness that puts you in a place of receiving. So that's what we're here to do today. And today's card is entitled Soothe Your Mind. Soothe your mind. Okay? So sit back, let these words wash over you. You can always come back and re-listen and just see what arises for you. See what you receive from this reading. Okay? Here we go. Soothe your mind. Your mind is much like a machine. When it is well maintained and you use it for its intended purpose, it can be a tremendous contribution to your life and those around you. As you train your awareness, you keep the space of your mind open and receptive to all manner of fulfillment through inspiration, insight, and wisdom. When, however, you don't take care of your mind, it can run amok as thoughts appear at will, taking over your awareness and causing you to struggle. Your mind is designed to access information, sort it, process it, organize it, make sense of it, and put it to use. A good maintenance plan includes careful monitoring of what you expose your mind to, an intentional security system regarding what you make space for in your awareness, a good training program that strengthens your ability to direct your awareness intentionally, regular rest periods for your mind and breaks from external stimuli, along with regular cleansing routines through meditation or other practices to ensure that your mind remains free of the inevitable muck that can accumulate as it sorts through useful information and garbage. When we do not take care of our minds and leave it running unattended with never a chance to rest or be cleansed, not only does its usefulness diminish, but you will struggle. We need our minds to be sharp and healthy. If we leave our minds to their own devices, we can become debilitated. The most common form of struggle with the mind is when our thoughts take over. The thoughts themselves are not the problem, though. We tend to think so, but that's not the case. Thoughts come and thoughts go. This is the nature of the mind. Thoughts simply appear. Our problems are due to how we relate to those thoughts. When we can notice our mental struggle, stop, stand back, and become a witness of those thoughts rather than to merge with them, we begin to find peace, freedom, and soothing. This practice I call Behold, Don't Become. As you train your awareness, be sure to use your breath as a way to create space between you and your thoughts. When you notice your mental struggle, stop, breathe, and as you do, you can simply say to yourself, "These are thoughts. I do not have to become them. I am free to remain separate from these thoughts." Keep breathing. Keep letting the thoughts be here. Behold them. Don't become them. Allow the thoughts to do what they want to do. They can rest or they can pass on by. Your only job is to breathe into the space and feel that space expand. As you breathe and relax into your body, this creates a new space to receive the kindness of life. So that's the Soothe Your Mind card. And with that, I'd like to offer you your willingness mantra for the day, again, to invite all manner of peace and possibility as you recognize struggle in the mind, and you can just relax into the practice of behold, don't become. Here's the mantra. I am willing to allow thoughts to simply be here, rest, and breathe. I am willing to allow thoughts to simply be here, rest, and breathe. So, there you go. I hope that this is giving you some inspiration, some regeneration, or reminders of maybe something that you knew and just needed to reconnect with. And today what I want to talk about regarding the mind, because truly receiving, as my students all know, the theme to the entire Receive course is awareness is the key to everything. Awareness is the key to everything. This is why receiving is so easy and so simple. It's not hard work. It's actually incredibly simple. But struggle begins in the mind. And your mind, as soon as you begin to get a whiff of what receiving is really about, the mind, because it's so used to struggle and so used to hard work, and it's been unattended and not well maintained for most of us, the mind will immediately rise up to believe what it's always known and say, it can't be this easy. Receiving just can't be this easy. What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? Back into hunter mode instead of the feminine mode, which simply receives. That's what we do. We receive all day long. But what happens is as we train our awareness, we start to become aware of what we're receiving and how to do it intentionally so that we can actually invite more or better, and also relate to receiving the things that we don't want in a powerful way. Because most of us don't receive what we don't want. What we do instead is we fight what we don't want. It comes in and we go, stop, I will not receive you. So we either resist it, we do battle with it, we run away from it. We're not receiving though. So we become fulfilled receivers by learning how to receive everything as sacred all day long, letting things pass through, and that includes our thoughts. Okay? Thoughts arise, they come in, we behold them, we observe them, we're witness to them, but we let them pass through. That's what receiving is. It moves through us. It's an experience. It moves through us. That keeps the space open, and then we can receive the next thing. So I got off on a tangent, but there's something I really wanted to highlight today. This is really important. I love talking to my clients about when they are on the playing field and off the playing field. Okay? And many of us are familiar with exercising and working out and taking care of our bodies. But how many of us actually do this with our minds? Okay? If you're going to be, and I just remembered a funny thought. I had somebody once called me what was it? Something like an intellectual athlete or a mental athlete or something like that. And I came to realize that that was because I actually am very disciplined in terms of training my mind. And what we can do is when we train our mind, just like we're willing to train our bodies or exercise our bodies, and we do that just on a regular basis, it's like the pro athlete, right? The pro athlete does their conditioning, their off-season training, they're always taking care of their bodies. So when they're on the playing field, they are ready. They're ready to go. They're ready to respond. They're quick. They're trained. They're strong, right? Well, that's what we need to do with our minds if our minds are going to be a powerful force in our life, right? When you're not dealing with crisis, when you're not dealing with chaos, right? When not a lot is being demanded of you mentally and you are off the playing field, okay, when you have the time and space, that is the time to take on these practices, to take care of your mind. What does that look like today? Limit what you expose your mind to in terms of news, media, social, all of that stuff that's just coming at us, okay? Get away from the screens. Do some meditation. Listen to guided meditations. Go to unlearnstruggle.com and download one of my meditations. Go to YouTube. There's a million of them out there. But you must create space while you are off the playing field of life, which means when you have the time and the space and you're not in the midst of chaos, to train your mind well so that when life happens, which it does, life throws things at us like it's happening right now all over the world, you are better equipped to deal with it. Your mind won't take over your awareness. You won't be like suffering and struggling because you're trying to solve problems you can't solve, because you're trying to control something you can't control. You'll be able to behold your thoughts. Breathe into the space. Relax your body. And then that allows you to receive insight, inspiration, wisdom to deal with what life is giving you. Okay? I've had lots of clients who they are going through these quiet times, whether it was, being quarantined or the pandemic, and they're struggling, and they want to be doing stuff and getting back out on the field, or they're waiting for the next job to come in or the next opportunity to come in, and they're bored. I'm like, use this time off the playing field of life when you have quiet, when you have calm, when you have more time than you know what to do with, to train your awareness, to practice good mental discipline, mental maintenance. Train your awareness so that when you need to call upon it, you're in the most powerful place. And meanwhile, because you're not busy doing, you can practice receiving, because that's what spaciousness is. It's an invitation to receive. You can keep your mind clear, keep things flowing. Behold, don't become your thoughts, and get really good at it. And so that way, when you're triggered, you can be triggered, but come right back. Come right back to behold, breathe, practice. Practice makes permanent. Okay? So I hope this is helpful. I hope it inspires you to take as much care of your mind as you do your body, if you're into exercise, as you do your kids, if you make your kids more important than yourself. We all take care of different people, things, and aspects of our lives. Make sure you take care of your mind. Now more than ever, our minds are such an important resource that we need to take care of to navigate what life is throwing at us. So here's your willingness mantra again. I am willing to allow thoughts to simply be here. rest, and breathe. If this was helpful to you, if you think it could help somebody else, please share this. Please like, share, and subscribe. If you're here on YouTube, it helps me reach the people that I'm here to serve. If you like what you're learning at these Rise and Receives and would like to get your own Receive card deck when it's released, please go to receivecarddeck.com. Join the list. You'll be on the early bird list. Name and email is all I need, and I'll be sure to keep you posted on when it's available for pre-order. And as always, just look through the description here above and below. I will include links to free resources and ways you can learn more. And by the way, if you don't know, I have just opened the doors to the Receive Course 2.0. I'm starting to post interviews from students and the amazing things they've received. You can see for yourself the kinds of things that you can receive easily as you unlearn struggle. I invite you to join me, train your awareness, receive your fulfillment. It's a good time to unlearn struggle, now more than ever. So have a great day, have a great weekend, and I'll see you Monday at the next Rise and Receive. Bye, everybody.